now as the screen scrolls through.
Buy long at 150.
Okay, I'm going to place the order there. Shoot. I don't want this to run away from you, so. Actually, I don't want to be that far away from the market either. I mean, that far away from the order either. I'm just going to jump in. Should not have been there. I will treat this as my closed position order, but the first thing I'll do is place an average point, and I'll bring that closed position order up just a little bit. And let me bring you over here to show you what we're looking at. So on the minute the order is delivered, you can see that the directional analysis and the short-term directional analysis were in tandem, in full. The moving averages, although we're not growing at the time, are still green, and you can see that the TSR had grown from 4 to 8 to 15 to 24 before the order was delivered. So that being the case, this should be a pretty good order. Also, we've just gone over 900 for the first time in most of the day, or at least a couple hours since we broke down below 900. But I'm going to attempt to allow the market some time and room to fluctuate here on the upside before I look to cover this position. With everything growing and looking as nicely as it does, as well as seeing how far down we came today, and then the strength with which the market rose again, I'm going to try to allow this position to develop as far as possible. Okay, I didn't want that to happen. Please don't cancel. Okay, so now I'm going to place a closed position order here to cover my position, and I'm going to try to let the market run. Now I have some nice profit in the box for the day already, and it's nearing 3 o'clock, so let me get that back up for you. I'm willing to risk what I'm going to make here in order to make more. Now, I'm not willing to risk losing money on this transaction, as you can see, but I am willing to risk whatever the distance is between, and you can see it's bouncing between 625 and 750. I'm willing to risk that in order to see if we can make more. You'll notice also that just after this order was delivered, the market went over its longer term averages, and that's very promising for this position. So I may actually end up moving this closed position order away a little bit, because I don't want to get taken out of this before the strong move upward continues. By the way that this chart looks, it seems like we may get somewhat of a pullback, but then a continuation, and I don't want to miss the continuation, but on the same token, I have a consideration now. I can let this position close at even and try to get a better price, or I can move the closed position order away. It's all depending on how confident I am about the move upward. And I really believe it's coming. So if we get that back down to near this level, I may remove this order or move it a little bit further away. I'll show you why also. And coming over here, you'll notice that the short-term directional analysis has been full for quite some time now, and as well the moving averages are growing. So all in all, this position should continue to move upward. Yeah, if I get taken out here, I'm going to attempt to get a better price. What you'll notice from the chart is that even with the pullback, the actual depiction of the chart for that pullback is much less than what it took to make this run upward. So because of that, I'm anticipating a pullback that's even further than what we've already seen, should it actually continue. Okay, I don't necessarily want to take my chances, so I'm going to try to stay in this. I'm going to move my stop loss back a little bit. You'll notice that the TSR is not shrinking. It hit 40 at the top here. Actually, it hit 48 at the top here, but the next minute it's at 35 and has repeated 35 for the past 5 or so minutes. The short-term directional analysis is still full, and the moving averages as well are still full, on top of continuing to stay over the long-term average. So this position should develop quite a bit further than it already has. So now you can really start to see the pullback on the chart that I was talking about. It was much more minuscule just a few minutes ago, and now it's becoming a bit more pronounced. So what I would expect is for there to be a V that forms somewhere in the next few minutes, and then the market to continue going in the upward direction. Join me for part 2 coming up next.